How the U.S. government pays its debts. Inflation, by Dr. Doggerel. Not to worry, not to fret about our nation's growing debt. You think it drains our shrinking pockets, buying all those guns and rockets? Medicare and Medicaid, Chinese loans to be repaid, Halliburton's bills come due, old folks' SS payments too. Highways and that bridge to nowhere? Let's build another, we don't care. Do the feds give one small dam? No siree, no sir, no ma'am. Just how do these financiers, awash in debt up to their ears, rise in the morning without fears and read the numbers without tears? The answer comes with no amazement. Their money press is in the basement. They're printing T-bills down there too. Flip the switch, and it will spew. Just turn it on, and there's no stopping. The hundreds print like hell's a-popping. But isn't that inflationary? That's what makes it extra merry. You borrow from the Chinese banks, and then, instead of giving thanks, you pay each dollar back with dough worth half of what you really owe. The old folks, too, who paid in bucks to Social Security, out of luck. It's worth a tenth of what they sent into their main retirement. Their golden years, they must be told, look more like tin than polished gold. Their cost of living increase rate never will accommodate the real inflation they must pay for food and heat, since, by the way, food and heat are not included. From government figures, they're excluded. SS cost of living boots won't give those chickens homes to roost. They'll boost your check by 2%, while they raise by 10 times more your rent. This is how the government thinks, and here's the part that really stinks. If inflation rises 10%, we'll give them 2, and when that's spent, then they will just have to make do with food or fuel or rent in lieu of housing. Let them sleep out on a cot under that bridge to nowhere spot. Around the world the presses were printing hundreds to inter the future of the dollar's worth. Syria's counterfeits bring them mirth. North Korean, Russian presses also cause our bucks distresses. All in all, the buck's worth less with every whirling printing press. What on earth are we to do? As we try to some wealth accrue, stocks gyrate like bungee jumpers, commodities plunge into the dumpers, as speculators get their due from margin calls when things fall through. Once upon a magic time, when gold backed dollars to the dime, the greenback had a solid worth. It gained respect throughout the earth. In every country, every town, dollars were greeted with renown. The dollar was so well respected that every banker genuflected. That was gone by 73, when the dollar was at last cut free from links to gold security. OPEC soon will thumb their nose as nations try hard to dispose of massive wads of worthless bills to buy up oil before it spills over into twice the cost which since last month the dollar lost. Inflation answers every prayer of federal debt beyond repair. At the same time, it destroys the havens of every dollar holder's savings. The consequences are severe. Inflation is a force to fear. Zimbabwe folks must millions spend for bread since their government depends on printing money to sustain an economy going down the drain. It's time to shut the presses down before the dollar hits the ground. And like Zimbabwe, we will haul millions to the local mall to buy the bread and milk and eggs, just to strengthen backs and legs to haul around that awful weight of worthless money that we hate.